It is welcome to our preview for racing at the Vaal. We're back at the Vaal. It's the classic track that hosts an 8-race program, which should commence at 12:30. So we'll be going straight into that bipod. It had been 2 days of no local racing, Monday and Tuesday, but we're certainly back on track and certainly looking forward to some good, decent payouts. The going should be just about perfect for the horses, and of course, it should be just perfect for good racing all and all. No features to talk about as we build up to our big features that come up at this next couple of weekends. Of course, Charity Mile being on the 1st of November, and that's when we really start the countdown to the Summer Cup. But let's talk about Thursday racing. We are recording on a Wednesday morning, and I've kept him waiting too long. He's an impatient man. Mr. Murray, welcome, and good to be working with you again.
Likewise, thank you very much.
So
Great
much.
to see you again.
Thank you, likewise. Now, we've got the bipod. We need money. We need to make up for the last few days. For Racing welcomes you. Maiden plate is over the 2,400 meters. I see confidence from our tipster here. In computer form, he has made Heroic Act his best bet for the day.
Wow. Firstly, my bipod's quite expensive, 675. I suggest you take a percentage of that if you are wanting to get involved. In the opening leg, okay, let me just put it out there to the viewers. Says I left my computer form at home, I've left my notes at home, so this might be a very brief preview of the Vaal meeting. I'll try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. What's it? Euphrates, the favorite, number one.
Yes.
Now that form line's represented by a good few runners over here, 6
Four
of
of
all.
them, yeah.
So the jury's out on the strength of that form line.
Because it was a big, massive outside.
Yes, yeah. And a lot of them are unexposed of this distance because they're stepping up to 2,400 meters. Now, he's bred for ground.
Yes.
The Sire State, the dam 1 over 2,000 meters. So all of those who contested that race, I've got a feeling that he's the one that's going to appreciate the extra the most. So he's gone into my perm. Then I've also put in number 5, Emerald City. I don't know why. Some of his runs are fair. Another one that's unexposed of this distance. I know he's damn sprinted. Roy Magnet trained her. Obviously, Gerald Sadler raced that mare, full party. But the improver in the pack has to be number 9, surely. Silent Future. By Futura. She's a filly. She's only set to carry 52.5. Take note, the blinkers are being removed, and I'm hoping that Julius Mariba, who's generally a very patient and quiet rider, can give it a little bit of a chance. And if she appreciates the extra, I wouldn't be shocked to see her feature in this sort of lineup. I hope we survive.
1, 5, and 9, those are the 3 tentative selections for race number 1, that being leg 1 of the bipod, and that outlay is 675 Rand. We're off at 12:30 with racing on the classic track at the Vaal. Right, just having a look at the betting on a Betway for race number 2, and it is that the intended Chase Mojan ride at the time of coming to here hadn't been replaced yet, but I will have a look again, and that is the 7, Pomazelis, who has certainly shown a revitalization in its desire for racing, and it will get it right sooner rather than later. And here we've got it as a weak favorite at 11-2. The Mayhew family have got number 4, Instant Attraction, Trent for Dad Craig, and that is at 13-2. A very nice run last time out by the 5 Majaloon, that is at 7-1. 8-1 is a Flag Bearer, the old man of the party. It is 9s and better. Ms. Marie, Cassius Belai is a horse that keeps dropping in that handicap. Isn't it one of those that will catch us one of those days?
He's staying in his stable this morning, says. He's not going to the races.
Oh, it has been.
He's a very late scratching.
A very late scratching.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let me just confirm that. Okay, my apologies there.
Yeah, so
You've got a way of putting it there.
the form is very muddled. Yeah, I mean, you've got the Red Sparrow form. You've got the Merciful form, you've got Instant Attraction, and a lot of them have finished alongside each other and are better off at the weights. So you make of that what you may. Says I am taking a bit of a gamble in the opening leg of the PA, and I'm banking the Michael as he trained Magellan. Now, obviously, this horse benefited from time off the track.
Yes.
And his 2 runs since that layoff have been very, very encouraging and of no doubt have been his best efforts to date. Now, in his penultimate start, there was a hot pot favourite in that race, trained by Mark and Matthew de Kock, and he disposed of him very comfortably. Then last time out, you need to watch this race carefully. He bounced him from the worst barrier position.
I saw that
He took a
race.
little bit of a hold, and despite all of that, he never fell in a hole and compounded. Unlike the horses who sat up second and third, they ran last and second last respectively. So I think that was a very encouraging effort because of the way the race was run. Now there is a little bit of pace in this race, and if Musi can get some cover, I expect him to run into the money. He's no good thing. It's a very, very difficult race. I mean, they're betting something like 5-1 the field over here.
Indeed.
I could go 3 runners in the opening leg and still make an early exit. That's how difficult this race is. But I've got a clear-cut first choice, and I'm taking a gamble. Banker number 5, Magellan.
Okay, Magellan is a banker, and I think your logic that it's one of those races either you make your statement or you just go the field close to and still not guarantee that you're going to get the right result. 5 is your banker, and there are a couple of bankers at the back races, 7 and 8, that is the 4 and the 5 respectively. 90 Rand is the outlay, and just to confirm, thanks to Daryl, that the 2 Casus Belli is a recent scratching. The scratchings, race 4 number 5, race 6 number 5, and race 6 number 8. We'll touch on those in due course. We're now moving on to the first leg of the Pick 6, and this is race number 3 on our 8-race program on the classic track at the Vaal. It's a measure at 84 handicap. The distance is 1,600 meters, and it must be said, many with chances. We do have a replacement for Chase, one of the few that was confirmed in the early part of the week. The Playboy Bomber is now to be partnered by Caden Brewer. Caden Brewer for Alec Laird on the Playboy Bomber. Now, as far as the betting is concerned, again, it is a pretty open affair. But looking at earlier betting, you've got 9-2 the field, the likes of 11 After Hours and the 13, and that is Bellerophon. They are both at 9-2, 5-1 about the versatile number 12 Coppola, and then the odds continue 6-1 about the 10 Unsolved Riddle. How do you see the betting, sir?
This is a very, very tricky lineup. I've gone as many as 5 in the opening leg of the Pick 6. I hope I survive, because thereafter I could have included the Playboy Bomber, I could have included Warhawk Bomber, I could have included Diesel Shadow, Jury's Out, Jordan, Dark Silver. I mean, the list is endless, yes. Now, Bellerophon, I mean, we all expected him to win as he did.
Yes.
In that work rider event. I had a look at the time. The time wasn't great. Hazy Daisy won on the same day over the same course and distance. She would have beaten him by 6 odd lengths. And a horse called Amaze Me, who's very exposed maiden, trained by
St. John Gray.
Yes. His time was quicker than Bellerophon. But in saying that, he's lightly raced. He's got a lot of scope for improvement. He could be way better than his current mark. So he has to go into your play. Now, Capola and After Hours represent the same form. Nothing separates in the two on paper. Both are in good form. Unsolved Riddle. Now, his better form, I believe, is around the bend. And he's got a neat draw. One thing about him is he's super fit.
Yes.
So he's going to be my second selection. Birthright happened to win from that form line.
Yes.
But the one I'm leaning towards, and a bit of value, is Diwali Rocket. Now, the
Now,
boy is
are we
obviously
looking at the week of
yes,
Diwali?
it's a belated gift for all the Diwali. Is it the Hindu?
Hindu.
Hindu.
Do you know that the last time it won, Shilandra and I worked together,
Okay.
and it was around Diwali, and he says, I'm going with Diwali Rocket, and it won.
Well, is lightning going to strike twice?
Well, he thinks so.
I think so too. Now, it says, have a look at him. Yes, he hasn't shown much in his 2 efforts since returning from a layoff. He was well beaten behind press on regardless. Then next time out in a Pinnacle, where he wasn't favorably treated, I might add. The winner, who's higher rated than him, happened to get 4 kilograms from him. I think the winner's rated 100. He's rated an 81. Was an 81. So that wasn't a bad effort whatsoever. His rating since then has come down another 2 pounds, and he's now dropping into a handicap. He's having his peak run. He's got the draw in his favor. He's got 2.5 kilograms off his back in his favor. So if anything, the value has to lie with the Diwali Rocket. My second pick is number 10, Unsolved Riddle.
Right, so that is the pick 6, 1, 10, 11, 12, and 13 would make up that first leg. And of course, you've got the cushion of the two bankers. What do you hope at the back? 4 and 5, legs 5 and 6 respectively. Okay, so we get into our first jackpot race, number 4, and what a way to get into that jackpot. We've just had a scratching come through, the 5, the Hazy Daisy, who was mentioned in the last preview by Mr. Marie, is now scratching, leaving a field of 7, but it doesn't diminish from what should be a very, very good contest. Obviously, the expression warm-up or pipe opener is definitely in the conversation. World of Alice, obviously looking at the Summer Cup, as was mentioned by Sean. He's got 6, I think, who have been nominated for that Summer Cup at the moment. And then he's got your current short price favorite, number 6, Tina Lovelace, who is at 13 to 10. Craig Zaki gets the ride. Consistent, number 3, Elegantrix, is at 7 to 5, 14 to 5 about the 4. Upwardly Mobile, Stormy Day, World of Alice, 10 to 1 at 16s and a better bar those. So both the 3 Elegantrix and the 6 Tina Lovelace last saw action on Gold Cup Day, different feature races. It was Elegantrix in the debutante and Tina Lovelace in the Taquini, which was over the 1600 meters, which would be more in keeping with the distance for tomorrow's race. Which way are you leaning, sir?
Yeah, let's just follow the card changes and scratchings on race day, because Stormy Day has been accepted to run in the Starling Stakes in not this weekend, the following weekend.
Yes, that is Charrington Milder, is it?
Yes.
No,
Yeah, so she might come out.
Yes.
And Hazy Daisy's come out. She's quoted to run over the weekend. Now, Cess, yes, you mentioned the debutante form line. So Princess of Gore won that. Elegantrix ran second. The third and fourth place runners have won, albeit indirectly. That form line has had a few winners, unlike the Tequeni, the grade 1.
Yes.
I think there have been 6 or 7 runners from there where Tina Lovelace ran second, and none of them have yet to frank that form. But that was a grade 1 where Golden Palm won.
Yes.
Now, obviously, Sean Terry and Craig Zaki have struck up a little bit of a combination and a relationship.
Yes.
And they're doing extremely well. And one has to believe that Craig Zaki had the choice of rides.
Yes.
He has ridden World of Alice in the past, in most of her starts to date.
In the 3-year-old career, he was the regular partner.
Yeah. So, in my mind, Tina Lovelace is the stable elect. So, yes, at the rating, she's second best in. But you can say World of Alice, who's best in, earned a rating of a further. So let's see how they go. I wasn't unhappy with Selenio Peninsula's comeback effort last time out. That was a very, very competitive graduation plate. She's gone into my play. Elegantrix, we've touched on. Stormy Day. The word was out that when she won last time out, she was 60% ready. And they've got high expectations for this filly. If she stands her ground, I wouldn't read into the fact that she's out at the weights.
Yeah.
Because, you got horses returning from layoffs who earn their ratings, who've got a big season ahead of them. Mm-hmm. And she, on the other hand, has had a pipe opener and would have come on with that effort. So she's gone into my play. I've gone all of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If the toe favorite wins, we happen to double up, maybe treble up if there's additional scratching. But this race is very, very difficult to read in that, for the reason that horses are at different stages of their preparation.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And just to confirm, recently 5 Hazy Daisy has been scratched. Tina Lovelace will be the favorite. And no doubt the betting that I went through will be adjusted once again, if it hasn't been so yet. 13 to 10 is what we have currently on a Betway. Tina Lovelace on Thursday, race 4. Right, Jackpot 2, and this is the second half of an 8-race program commencing with race number 5. Merit rate is 76. It's over the 1450, and your favorite comes back to a shorter trip after having gone over the 1600. Went off as odds-on favorite. Now comes back to the 1450, and we'll be hoping to get back in to something like a winning ways. And that is currently at 5-2. Father Christmas, a recent relocatee from the stable of Justin Snaith, now with Mr. Tony Peter, is at 4-1. Never Land is at 9-2. 5-1 is at the 7 Prince of Kildare. And then it's Oklahoma Twister who will complete the horses in single figures at 7-1. Right, so we're talking about One Palace Prince. I actually caught the start of your thoughts on Palace Prince the last time it was going to be sent out as favourite on our very show here. This is a Betway Wager to Win. I was distracted and missed out, but if memory serves me right, I'm not putting words in your mouth. You weren't too confident about the 1600, or were you?
Yeah, I wasn't confident
That's
about
right,
the
that's
1600.
right.
And if you watch that race, he was actually overdoing it.
Uh-huh.
So I like the fact that he's coming back in trip. Maybe he'll get it in time to come.
Mm-hmm.
He's bred for it, but he needs to relax. Now, I urge the viewers to once again take note of card changes and scratchings on race day, because the favorite Palace Prince has been nominated and accepted to run on Charity Mile Day in the Graham Beck.
Uh-huh. Which would be over the 1400, is
Yes.
it? Yes.
So I don't know if he's going to line up over here, but in saying that, Singer's not scared to run a horse a couple of days apart. Now, we've touched on the fact that this horse has only has one eye, and it's debatable whether he's best up the straight or around the bend. But he's run around the bend, behind or after hours. He wasn't disgraced. That race wasn't run to suit him. So now he gets an opportunity over a more effective distance to bounce back to better form. And he just needs to jump on terms, because we know what happened in his penultimate start. Number 2, Deception Pass. In his last 3 starts, 2 of them, he's been very unfortunate. He's been trapped wide, exposed, no cover. And his run in his penultimate start wasn't a bad effort. Muzi knows what this horse is about. He's ridden him to victory in both his wins to date. Stallgate number 1 is going to be in his favour. He goes into my perms. Father Christmas, what can we say about the Western Cape form coming to the Highveld? This horse has joined Tony Peter. I'm keen to see how he goes. If he's ready, this is a mark that Tony can work with, a 75. So there could be meat on the bone over here. Prince of Kildare, Billy Raters, since he's removed the blinkers, have a look at those 2 lovely efforts. Last time out, very smooth under Callum Murray. And the top 2 in that race pulled clear of the balance. Maybe that penalty is lenient of 4 pounds or 2 kilograms. And Never Land, I mean, done nothing wrong to date. Nice galloping mass to shoulder this time round. He can only build on what he's shown to date. On that day, 3 races up the straight over the same distance. He beat Master Christmas's time. The fastest time on that day was prized platinum, but he recorded the second quickest time that day. So let's see how he goes. He's only my 5th selection in this race, but he has to go into my perms. I mean, I'd be foolish to leave him out.
Yeah, the stable seems to have turned, and the post-race interviews to that race, I recall everybody was very upbeat about the future of this 3-year-old son of Ideal World. So Father Christmas want to be on the right side of, and your first choice would be Palace Prince, if it stands its ground. It stands.
Is she going to go with Father Christmas?
Father Christmas.
I'm going with Father Christmas, yeah.
Okay, there it is. 1, 2, 6, 7, and 9 both included, and of course you've got Never Land as number 9 completing that quintet of runners for leg 1 of Jackpot 2. Okay, so we're now getting into a last chance to be involved in a pick 3 on a Thursday on the classic track of the Vaal. We have a scratching that has come through, and an important one, because this was a very, very eye-catching, although a bit on the greenish side, win by the debutante in the colours of owner, trainer, breeder, St. John Grey. That's a 5 Ice Dragon, so we can't dwell on that. 8 runners in the field, and it says money coming in, or at least saw lots of money come in for Mr. Wilson. And I say that because last night I saw 5-1 into 3-1, and I now see a 19 to 10. Is that because of the pivotal role has been scratched as well? So that is an adjustment. I just see that now, and it's not updated elsewhere. So yes, it is a day of scratchings on Thursday. So the betting is now 19 to 10, Mr. Wilson. The 2 Banyan is at 11 to 5, 5 to 2, the 7 Spy Story. And then it's 8 to 1 and a better bar those quoted runners. Right, so that is the story. In fact, do say Pivotal Roll came in a bit earlier on. I had Ice Dragon, but not Pivotal Roll, so that's my fault entirely. How are we going about race 6?
Yeah. If the tote favorite happens to win, we're going to treble up in our perms, in our pick 6 and jackpot. That's if we're still alive. Yeah. I think you can make a case for all. I could have maybe left out the top weight because I don't think he's going to be quite at his best for this. He's going to come on with his efforts, and you could also leave out Time Will Tell, who's held. But you know what? If we're looking for a result and we've got several in here, we may as well include them and hope for the best. Banyan, I'm just a little bit disappointed at the draw he's cracked.
Yeah.
Listen, he does come in, what's it, 2 draws now? Yeah. So he comes into 7. Louis won on him on debut. I think he's going to love the extra. He's only raced over 1,000 meters and he's now stepping up to 1,200. He's by Flower Adley out of a dam who won over a mile. So I think this horse will go further in time to come. Just needs a little bit of luck in running. Last time out, he was actually a winner up until the last 25 meters where they just overruled him late. Future Near, a little bit of a sneaker in the pack of here. The Terry Yard we know are doing extremely well. Now he's had his 2 comeback efforts. In his second start, they stepped him up to a mile, and he started hanging when he got tired to the inside. And on that day, the best going was middle outside, so he hung to the worst going. All depends on where he's turning for him, going through the 400 or whatever. Because if he's out of his ground, maybe others will fend him off, but I like his chances. I think in a small field he shouldn't be detached. Another one who will be doing his best work late is Spy Story. You know, he's consistent. In his penultimate start, yes, he was beaten by a good few lengths on that occasion, but that going was bottomless on that day. I mean, it was heavy. I don't think he quite acted in it. And barring that, out of his last 4 runs, he's finished very close up. So he's off a very competitive mark. Probably going to be leaning towards Spy Story at this stage. Healthy respect for Future Near, Banyan. Those are my top 3. How can I ever leave out Mr. Wilson? He's gone into my jackpots and pick 6s. And yeah, like I said, tricky race.
Antonio Gaudi dropping in class?
Yeah, he's in my perms,
Okay.
like I said. But yeah, I have to only touch on my top 3.
Okay. So so far it's 2 scratchings, 5 and 8 in a race the number 6. That's the first leg of the last pick 3, and that is off at 15 at 25. The double, last chance of a double, is race 7. Right, as mentioned, it is the last chance saloon as far as the double players are concerned. It is the race number 7 at Betway Summer Cup, 29 November. Fillies and Mares, 97 divided handicap. It is over the minimum trip of 1,000 meters, just out of information sake. Chroma Tourmaline as the blink is added. And looking elsewhere, that is the only change. Yes, jockey change, of course. Kia Kaha is now to be partnered by Julius Mariva, deputizing for the indisposed Chase. Mojan, and if you are watching Chase, we miss you. And of course, you were riding as consistent as ever. We hope you get back soon. Right, let's have a look at the betting. The 4, Mystical Miss. That is Sean Terry, and Muzieni is at 3 to 1, co-favored with the 7, Clarewood Rose. Jazz Pianist is at 4 to 1. 9 to 2 is the 9, Faithful Neo. There 1, Chrome Tourmaline with those blinkers on 5 to 1. It's 10 to 1. And better bar those quoted runners. Now, before I hand over to Darryl, let me just double check that I haven't missed out on the scratching that's just come through. No, nothing, and no jockey updates.
Yeah, talking on Chase's
Yes.
injury. You know, I was listening to Richard for his interview, post-race interview, when he won on State Secrets, who
Yes.
Chase was meant to ride. Did you hear the interview?
I missed it. No, I missed it.
So Richard said that Chase actually still flew to PE because he fell the day before at Turfentine on the Thursday. He still flew to PE, and when he landed, he realized he couldn't ride. So
He is
yeah,
dedicated though, huh?
yeah, that's our
Very
dedicated man.
passionate, and
So we wish him a speedy
we
recovery.
really do wish him one of the great ambassadors of the game.
So says jazz pianist and Mystical Miss met before, and Mystical Miss beat her, and I think he's only a half a kilogram or a kilogram worse off for the 3-length beating. So on paper, we are favoring Mystical Miss because she's even had a more recent run. So she's more race fitness. So I like the look of Mystical Miss. Thereafter, it does get tricky. I had a look. Clarewood Rose, she won over this course and distance on
Yeah, I
with
remember.
Wes. And she's back over maybe what could be a favorable trip over 1,000 meters. But I just looked a little bit deeper. And if you have a look at the ratings, she actually comes into this race 7 pounds or 3.5 kilograms under sufferance. So that put me off. That made my top choice Mystical Miss even stronger. I think Green Flash, at her best, could certainly run into the trifectas and quartets. Now, her better form is on the Vaal Classic over 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
We've seen Gavin win on her and been very unfortunate on her, where I think she got interfered with at the start. So Savannah takes off 2.5 kilograms. No, 4 kilograms, sorry. So she's only set to carry 50.5. She's drawn towards the outside. If there is going to be an upset in this race, I think Green Flash could be the one. So she's a nice horse to including your trifectas and quartets. Faithful Nao, on her day, we know that she's capable. Last time out, it wasn't really her sort of run. Penultimate start, she didn't get any cover. So if things go her way in running, she could possibly return to her better form. But yeah, Mystical Miss, we need to touch on her. Have a look at her debut win. It was up the straight over 1,000 meters. Since then, she's raced around the bend. And if you have a look at the comment, she hung out on the turn last time out. So maybe she's just better or more comfortable up the straight. I think Muzi's going to bounce her with 53. And I don't think they're going to smell her. Well, I certainly hope that's going to be the case. Wins on number 4, Mystical Miss. We know that form line has been franked with Pennsylvania and Bakwena winning from there.
Yes. At last, Bakwena the day I decided to turn my back on Bakwena comes through and wins. Mystical Miss, very confident selection, as you've heard in the last 2 minutes or so from Daryl, is a banker and certainly one to have a few rand on, currently at around. In fact, I can tell you 3-1 is co-favourite with the 7 Clarewood Rose. Well, for the last, we dropped down to a Phillies and Mares 76 handicap, and the trip remains the same 1,000 meters. And this is the next Vaal race meeting, Tuesday, the 28th of October. Now, as we speak, just to reconfirm, because the scratchings are coming in, if they are coming in at last moment, and at this moment in time, it is the Wednesday for Thursday. What do we have as scratchings in race number 8? Nothing. And as far as the personnel change, I can confirm that Girish Samo Bhutia is on the 9 time for charity, deputizing for Chase Mojan. 11 should go down to post, and 16:40 should be the off time of that last race on the day. Mr. Marie, the betting courtesy of Betway at on Wednesday morning as the 4-1 co-favourites. The 2 Paradise Way, Alec Laird and Calvin Abib, and the 6 She's All Mine. That is Brett Weber going for that 3-timer, MK Kachedi. And I always remember you for the wrong reasons. I had horses in the first leg of the PA, and it was the second leg of the bipod. And you actually said, I'm not taking chances. I think 7 horses. You put about 6 of them, and you survived with She's All Mine, if memory serves me right.
Could be the case.
Or the poor magic.
I'm losing my mind.
Age catching up with us all, huh? Yeah, but I do recall you actually were very wary of that race. But she's going for 3 on the trot.
Yeah, listen, we can't say how well Brett Weber's doing with his current stock. I mean, the man is in such devastating form. He's getting horses with moderate form chuckouts, and he's improving on them, and his horses are running consistently.
Moment is his, by the way. Moment.
Yeah, Moment.
And I never thought that would win a maiden, let alone win so many post-maiden.
Unbelievable. So says, look at the penalty she picked up when winning over 1,200. 74 to an 81. Listen, if she's going to win, it's going to be without my money. I can see her winning. I can see her scoring the hat trick, but not for me. I'm playing to beat her. Now, if you saw my perms, I bankered
the 5.
8 hats in my pick 6 and my PA. It's that type of a race. I would have had to go field of year. But I just had to look at her form and who she's bumped, says, and her latest start. She ran beyond Perfect Miracle. Now, yes, Clearwood Rose in the previous race represents the same form, but she's under sufferance in race number 7. Yeah, 8 hats with the blinkers improved. That was a strong graduation. Perfect Miracle is highly regarded. The second was pretty persuasive, lines up in the Starling Stakes next weekend. And she wasn't far beaten. She's got Echo Check, she's got Pennsylvania, Open Sesame, Direct Hit, Anchorage, uniform lines. I think of an 82. Her ratings come down to an 82. And she's fit, she's drawn towards the outside, which is, in my mind, hopefully the better going. I think, based on her last start with the blinkers, she's going to prove the one to beat. Yes, there are other horses in here that do have chances. Of that, there's no doubt. But pushed into a corner, I'm having a win bet on 8 hats. If she misses the top 3, would I be surprised? Absolutely not. But let's hope that's not the case.
All right, so those who are ardent followers, double the 4 in race 7 onto the 5 in race number 8, and perhaps that could just be the right way to get into that weekend. That is race number 8, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. Chase Mojan not riding, so in the last race he's been replaced by Mr. Samo Butia, and that is a Mauritian apprentice who certainly has found his feet in recent times, and we wish him many, many more winners.